Hey everybody, good morning. My name is Jenny and we'll be doing some slow flow this morning. So as you get yourself settled, feel free to grab, if you have a strap at home, a strap can be nice. If you don't have a strap, a sock or a scarf works just as well, so you can have that handy. And then if you have tight hamstrings, sometimes it's nice to have a couple of blocks, and if you don't have blocks, just something firm. I've been seeing people using like rolls of toilet paper to put their hands on, so anything's fine. But just start to set up your space and sit comfortably and close your eyes when you're ready. And start to relax into your breath. Begin to find an audible breath that you can hear. Slow it down, and as you inhale, let your belly soften and expand, just like you're blowing up a balloon. Lift your heart upwards on the next breath. And grow your spine a little longer as you do so. At the same time, relax your shoulders. Allow your awareness to rest on the breath and also on the sensations in the body that you're beginning to become more aware of. And then just remind yourself that this is your time that you have carved out of your day, intentional time that you've set for yourself to breathe, to move, to let go of stress and tension, which we're all carrying right now. So decide how your practice today can support you in moving through the rest of your day gracefully, present, and perhaps without a sense of worry, but more open to being with uncertainty, just meeting the day and each moment as it comes. So let's just take a couple more quiet breaths. When you're ready, take a deep breath and reach your arms up. Take the fingers to the sky. Bring the hands together and then down to your heart as you exhale. And if you would like to set an intention for your practice or for the remainder of your day, now is a good time to do so. And you can let your eyes open softly when you're ready. Feel free to change the cross of your legs if you'd like. All right. So let's take the left fingertips out onto the floor here and reach your right arm over and stretch along the side of your body. You can even start to let your heart turn open as well as your gaze, if that feels good. If you want to stretch out your neck, let your left ear drop towards your shoulder and then take your right fingers in the other direction. And you'll feel that intensified sensation through the neck there. 2 more breaths. And then slowly rise up and go to the other side, reaching the left fingers all the way over. Stay connected to the breath here. Open up the heart. Press your left sit bone downwards. Staying connected to your mat as well. If you want to get into your neck, let your ear drop and take your left fingers out to the left, finding your edge. Rise up on your next breath and turn to twist. Bringing your right hand over to your knee and your left fingertips behind you. Turn the heart and start to turn your gaze. Feel into the upper back as you twist, but ignite the abdominals. So every time you exhale, you're squeezing tightly. Take a big breath and lift your arms up. Bring the hands together, and in between sides here, interlace the fingers. Press the palms up, and then drop your chin down. Feel into the back of the neck. Find strength in your core to stay lifted. Pressing the sit bones down, and then also pressing up towards the sky. 2 more breaths. On an exhale, turn to your right, bringing the hands down just as you did on the first side. Left hand to the right knee, right fingertips can land behind you. Relax your shoulders, lift your heart, feel the spine grow longer, and as you exhale again, squeeze in the abdominals and turn a little more. Breath, grow an inch taller, exhale, twist an inch deeper. And then inhale, unwind, arms up, hands together, and exhale, back to your heart. So let's take the arms out this way, 90-degree angle. Spread your fingers out and line your elbows up with your shoulders. Try and keep them here as we start twisting. So we're going to turn left and right to awaken the upper back. And if you'd like, you can start to pump the air out strongly, working the abdominals. So it's a really strong out breath through the nose as you twist. Take a deep breath in and then exhale. See if you can quicken this pace for a few more breaths and keep the elbows up at the height of the shoulders. Working hard here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to slow it down. And as you come to stillness, drop your fingertips and close the eyes for a moment. Just notice the shoulders and your energy. Take a big breath in and a long exhale out. Right. Let's transition onto the hands and the knees now. So moving into tabletop, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, spread the fingers out, and make sure that the creases of your wrists are parallel to the top line of your mat. This will help protect the wrists. Your knees are right underneath your hips, hip width apart, and then start to circle your hips around. So you're moving your whole body here. Watch the knees if they're sensitive. And move into the breath as well. So as you inhale, draw your heart out. And as you exhale, pull your hips back. And notice what you're feeling at this point. Take the circles in the other direction. And we'll do about 5 or 6 more. So you're becoming more and more aware of what stands out today, which parts of the body need attention, where you feel open, and where you feel more closed. Return to tabletop, realign yourself, and start to move in and out of cat and cow. Again, on the inhale to open the heart, and exhale, round your back, and pull your belly up and in towards your spine. Bring the chin towards the heart there. Squeeze. Inhale, open. Big circle with the shoulders. Lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Really open up there. And then exhale, round again. Push down into the floor with the hands. Squeeze all the breath out. Let's do 2 or 3 more rounds. Take your time. You can go as slowly as you'd like to. One more little sip of air at the top there, and then push it all out. Return to a neutral spine. Bring your knees a little closer together and extend your right foot back and your left hand forward. Take a big breath there, and then as you exhale, round your back and bring the elbow and the knee towards one another. Inhale to kick and extend through the fingers. Exhale, round and squeeze. Try not to let the right toes touch the mat. 2 more times here. Move on the breath, primarily working the abdominals every time you exhale, hugging those muscles in. Last one, kick out. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, kick back, reach forward, and then exhale back to your mat. Second side, extend the left foot back. Flex your foot, reach your right hand out. Take a big breath here, and then exhale, draw your knee and your elbow towards one another. Squeeze tightly. 3 more. Move on the breath, and with these movements, the slower you go, the better, really. So you're giving yourself some time to really work hard here. Last one. Squeeze. Inhale, kick back, reach out, and exhale, take your hand and knee back down. Align yourself in tabletop, tuck the toes under, open the heart as you inhale, and then exhale to rise into downward facing dog. Lift the knees up, and send your hips back. Now start just pedaling your feet out and shifting your hips from side to side. Notice your hamstrings, your calves, behind the knees. Rise up high onto the tiptoes for a moment. Bend the knees deeply as you exhale. And look towards the top of the mat, finding yourself in crouching cat. The shoulders are beginning to work hard here. 3 more breaths. Press down through your knuckles, the thumbs, and the index fingers. Engage the abdominals as well. Step to the top of the mat at the end of the next breath, and take the feet hip-width apart. As you inhale, lift yourself up halfway. So here's where you might want blocks underneath your hands. Otherwise, the hands can come to the shins. Reach the heart out, reach the crown of the head out, pull the belly in towards the spine. And on an exhale, start to melt down, grab your ankles, and pull. Deep forward fold. If the backs of the legs are feeling pretty tight still, just bend the knees a little bit. And they don't have to be straight all the way. 2 more breaths. Deepen if you can. And then inhale, lift up halfway. 1 more time, please. From here, return to downward dog. Stepping your feet back. And then start to make all of your downward dog adjustments. So the hands, again, are pressing down. Roll the shoulders open away from your ears. This is called wrapping the shoulders. Open up that space. Send the hips back. Feel your spine getting longer. And then stepping the feet a little closer together. Raise your right leg as you're ready. Extend back through your toes. Kicking back as high as you can, and then bend your right knee and pull your hip back and open it up. Keep the shoulders in downward dog alignment. Take 1 more breath. And inhale, reach back through your toes. Turn the hip down. Take your knee towards your heart. Bring the shoulders over the wrists, and then round your back and see if you can touch your nose to your knee. Inhale, kick back again. Exhale, take your right foot to the top of your mat and bring the left knee down onto the floor. Rise up into a low crescent lunge with your right knee over your ankle. Take your hands up and then sink in a little deeper, feeling into the left quadricep. Active arms and fingers. If you'd like, you can take your gaze up. I like to put my hands behind my head, and then you can support the neck. So just follow your body where it wants to go. Take 3 more breaths. opening through the heart. Slowly releasing, bring the hands down. Begin to straighten your right leg out, drawing your hips back, flex the right foot. You'll feel into the hamstring here. Reach the heart out. If you haven't reached your edge, take your chest down towards your thighs. 3 breaths. Take your right foot back down, lift the left knee, and step back into plank. Slide the right foot back by the left. Hold here, shoulders back, belly pulled in tightly. Keep your gaze down at your mat and take 3 big breaths in plank, working the abdominals here. Lower down on an exhale with as much control as you can. You're welcome to place the knees on the mat. Take the heart, throat, and chin down, then the belly and the thighs. Hands right under the shoulders. Inhale, rise into cobra. Press the tops of the feet and the thighs down. Keep your elbows close to your rib cage. Exhale, return to the mat. 2 more times. Inhale, roll up. Use the back body for support. Exhale, roll down. So you're really using the low back and your glutes. Inhale, lift. And exhale, return to the floor. Tuck your toes under and come back into plank. And then all the way into down dog. Use the abdominals to protect the low back as you push through. Inhale and exhale here. Relax your neck. And then take the left leg up and reach up and back towards the sky. Bend your knee as you exhale. Pull your left hip back. Keep the shoulders squared. 1 breath. Inhale, extend back through the toes, realign your hips. Exhale, take your knee towards your heart, shoulders over your wrists, and then round your back and try and touch your nose to your knee. Inhale, kick all the way back. Exhale, step in between the hands again. Take the right knee down to the floor and inhale, arms to the sky. Low crescent lunge. Your left knee is going to be right over your ankle. You can sink a little deeper if you'd like, inching your right knee back to feel into the quadricep here. Feel free to roll the heart open. Take the gaze up, maybe support your head again in your hands. Notice the quality of your breath again. And notice what's changing inside, in body and mind and your mood. Take the hands back down. Start to straighten your left leg. Move your hips back as you do so. Flex your foot. Reach your heart out and then maybe bow your chest down over your thigh. Even walk the fingers forward towards the top of the mat. 3 big breaths. Let your breath guide you towards your edge. Last one. Inhale and exhale. And then place your left foot back down on the floor. Lift the right knee. Inhale. Step into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. If you'd like to rise into upward dog instead of cobra, straighten the arms and try and lift your thighs and maybe even the knees off the mat. Keep the legs strong there. Tuck the toes back under and on an exhale, rise up, down dog. On an inhale, come up onto the tiptoes. Exhale and bend your knees, look forward and step to the hands. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, come down to your heart. Pause here for a breath or two, closing the eyes. Feel your heartbeat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, return to plank. If you'd like to skip the vinyasa sequence, go right into downward dog. Otherwise, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog, drop your shoulders there. Exhale, press back into downward dog. Find your spine again, pull your hips back, open the shoulders, settle your heels to the floor. On an inhale, lift the right leg again. Exhale, take your foot to the top of your mat in between your hands. Take the right hand to the sky, reach up, open and twist. And try and hug the inner thighs towards one another. Couple more breaths. Take your right fingers down and root down through the corners of your foot. From this strong foundation, rise into a high crescent lunge, reaching to the sky. Strong arms, active fingers. Bring your right knee directly over your ankle. Let's try and shift into warrior one. So just bring the back heel down, turning your left toes out at a 45-degree angle, and then reach forward a tiny bit as you keep pressing down through the left foot. So your abs have to work a lot here, so do your shoulders. Try and pull your arms up by your ears. 3 more breaths. Stand up tall again. Turn your left toes forward again to lift your heel, and then turning to twist, turn to your right and reach through the fingers, palms turned up. Pull the right shoulder back. You can even take your gaze back and keep the abdominals active. A couple more here. Feel that burning fire in the right leg. Those are your muscles getting stronger. Unwind, reach to the sky, open into warrior two on the next breath. So now your left foot is parallel to the end of the mat. Reach out, turn your right palm to the sky, and inhale to reach up and back, reversing your warrior. Cartwheel the hands back down, step back into plank as you inhale. Exhale, lower down slowly with control, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward dog. Take a full breath cycle here. Settle the heart, relax your neck. Inhale the left leg up on the next breath. Exhale, step your foot to the top of your mat, in between your hands. Pull the shoulders back. Start to move into your twist, taking your left hand to the sky. Open up your heart as you stack your shoulders. Hug the inner thighs towards one another. Starting to build some strength in your left leg. Hold here for 3 more breaths. Bring your fingers down briefly. Spread the toes out. Fire up the abs again and rise up to stand strong in your high crescent lunge. Feel the tailbone rooting down and then your heart opening up. 1 more breath. And then we'll come into warrior one. Drop the right heel, turning your right toes out at a 45-degree angle. Turn the hips straight ahead, and then hinging at the hips, reach forward just a little bit. Dropping the chest, not too much, but enough to feel like you're working hard here. Pull your arms up by your ears. Keep your left knee over your ankle, and breathe. Your gaze can be down. 2 or 3 more breaths. Keep applying pressure with the right foot. Rise up. Lift your right heel again. Turn the toes forward, and then we'll twist here. Turn to the left. Reach out. Shift the gaze. Hold here for 3 more, please. See if you can deepen your twist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Drop the back foot so your right foot's parallel to the end of your mat. Turn the left palm up. Inhale to reach up to the sky, opening along the side body. And then exhale to flow. Again, hands down. Step back into plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Rise high into the toes as you inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step to the hands. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, long, smooth spine. Lift up halfway there. Exhale, deep forward fold, really pull. And then let's do a shoulder release here. Take the hands back, interlace the fingers together, and then straighten out your arms as you reach overhead. See if your arms can relax a little bit. And breathe. This is a place where you could have a strap in between the hands if you want, if your shoulders are feeling really tight. 3 more breaths. Coming out through chair, bring your toes together to touch. Bend your knees, sink into a chair of your choice, and reach to the sky. Keep your hips nice and low. And for more of a challenge, you can try and lift your heels and be on the tiptoes. 5 more breaths. Fire up the legs. 2 more breaths. Maybe sinking in just a little deeper. Drop the heels. Inhale, rise to stand. Open through the heart here. A little bit of a back bend. And then hands back together. And exhale to heart center. Pause here for a breath. Recentering yourself. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back into your forward fold, diving the heart down, leading with the heart. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, return to plank. If you're ready to rest, step back into down dog, otherwise flow. And then we'll all return to down dog here. And again, pull your hips way back. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale to bend your knees. Start to open your hip. If you practice wild thing, you can flip this pose over by letting your right hand leave the mat. As you turn to the outer edge of the left foot, your right foot will come onto the floor. Your chest can spin to the sky. Relax the neck there. Open yourself. Couple breaths. And if anything feels like too much, just come out. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Come back into down dog. Right hand down, right foot down. Send the hips back again. And then take your left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. So you could stay there and just work that hip opener. You could come into down dog and rest, or you could turn on your right foot as the left toes come down and the left hand reaches back. Push the hips up, find that arch, and let tension go. One more breath. Opening. Start to bring the left hand back around. Left foot down. Return to down dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky again. Exhale, right foot in between the hands. Rise up into a high crescent lunge. One more time. Hands together. Let's take a deep twist. Squeeze in the abdominals as your left elbow goes up and over to the outside of the right knee. Push down with the right hand. Bring the thumbs towards the heart. Take your gaze back. Strong left leg. Keep those muscles active. And just remind yourself of the corners of your feet, which are pressing down to help you balance. 3 more breaths. Unwind slowly. Bring the fingers down under the shoulders, perhaps to blocks. Straighten out your right leg. And reach the heart forward again. Stay with the breath here. And let's just keep the left heel lifted for the moment. Moving into a tighter twist, we're going to balance on the right foot and revolved half moon. So if you're using a block, move it a foot in front of your toes and to the left. Step onto the right foot, lift the left foot up, kicking straight back, and then start to reach your right arm to the sky. Pull your right shoulder back as you turn your chest and your gaze. Lift the left heel. So working hard here to twist. You'll also feel this in the back of the right leg, your hamstring receiving the stretch. For more of a challenge, look up. 3 more breaths here. See if you can lift your left heel just a little more. And then take the right hand down and lift your left leg as high as you can. Grab your right ankle and pull. Bow your chest towards your thigh. 1 more breath, left toes kicking up. And then bend your right knee as your left foot goes to the end of the mat. Inhale into plank. Exhale, flow. Chaturanga. Rise, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a big breath there. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Kick up. Exhale, take your foot in between your hands. Spread your toes out. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach up towards the sky. Bring the hands together. Turn to your left. Your elbow moving to the outside of your knee. I'm going to turn around so I'm facing you. So hook your elbow to the outside. Push against it gently and then try and bring the thumbs to heart center. Pull the left shoulder back. Right leg is strong here. Keep deepening your twist like you're wringing your spine out. 3 more. Getting to that point where it's starting to feel intense. So that as we come out, there's a moment of release here and relief as you straighten out your left leg. See how flat your spine can be. Shoulders back, reach out through the crown of your head, finding more space in between your vertebrae. If you'd like to deepen, take the heart down. We'll hold for 3 more breaths. Last one. Step onto your left foot. Now your right hand will be under your shoulders. So in front of the toes a little bit and off to the right. Both legs straighten out. Kick back through the right heel. Now engage the abs and start to turn the upper body to the left. Pull your left shoulder back. Spread the fingers out. Keep your core muscles active here. Both legs are active. Right leg is rising. Work the right glute as well. Find your power here. 2 more breaths, holding steady. Last one, see if you can go any deeper. And then take the left hand down and reach the right toes up higher. Grab a hold of your left ankle and pull. Taking the chest towards the thigh for just a breath. And then bend the left knee and step back into a lunge and into plank. Take a big breath here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, down dog. From there, start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Coming into a forward fold at the end of the mat. Relax the crown of the head downwards. If you'd like to do one more shoulder release, you can, reaching the arms overhead. And then bring the arms back around. Lift up halfway as you inhale. Exhale to fold. And inhale. Rise up to stand. Arms up. Hands together. Into the heart. Pause for a couple of breaths. Feel your heartbeat again. And recall your intention for your practice. So let's let the eyes softly open. And let's move into Warrior 2. Take your left foot to the top of your mat. Right foot towards the end of the mat. So if you were to run your feet together, it would end up like a T, with your left heel hitting the inner arch of your right foot. Your right foot's parallel to the end of the mat. Left knee over the ankle, reach through the fingers, and find your edge here so you're working just the right amount. Settle your gaze out over the fingers. And breathe. Soft gaze. All of your awareness on your breath, the physical sensations in the body. Get grounded here, moving the mind out of the way. 3 more breaths, please. Take your left hand to your heart and bring your elbow down to the inside of your knee. Take your right hand to the sky. Pushing the elbow against the inner knee just a little bit. Take your gaze up and let the hip start to open. If you'd like to deepen here, take your left hand to the floor or your block. Some of you might like to bind the hands together with the left hand going underneath, right hand coming around behind to find the fingers. 3 more breaths. And feel that fire in the right leg. Rise back up into Warrior 2. Exhale all the air out. And then reverse your warrior and drop into triangle as you exhale. Straighten your right leg. You might walk the right foot in a little bit. Hinge at the hips. Bring the right hand down to the inner ankle. Reach to the sky. Sorry, left hand to the inner ankle. Right hand to the sky. Open yourself here. Bring the awareness to the abdominal area, which is working hard. Take 5 more breaths, gluing the feet down. If you want to work a little harder, take both of your hands and reach out in front of your head. Last 2 breaths. Separate the arms again. Rise up strong. And bend your knee once more. Warrior 2. Hold for 5 more. Find that soft gaze again. And bring your hands to your hips. Straighten out your right leg again, and we'll turn on the feet, shifting to the other side. Right foot forward. Left foot parallel to the end of the mat. Bend the right knee. Relax your shoulders. Extend through your fingers. And bring the awareness back to the breath and the physical sensations in the body. Again, make sure you can hear your breath. Ujjayi pranayama, ocean breath. Take 1 or 2 more, maybe sink a little deeper. And then bring your right hand to your heart. Drop your elbow towards the inside of the knee and take your left hand to the sky. So starting to work a little harder here. Again, you're not putting weight on your leg really, you're just pressing your leg open a little bit, finding that sensation in the hip. And whatever you did on the first side, mimic that here. So if you took your hand down, reach for the block or the mat again, or bind your hands together. Keep the heart open, ground the tailbone down. 3 more breaths. Working hard. Developing your strength. Stay with that edge there. Last one. And then reach up and over. Standing up, return to warrior 2. Reverse your warrior here as you inhale. And then straighten out the right leg. Reach out, hinging at the hips. Keep the abs strong as your fingertips come down to your inner ankle. Extend out through the crown of the head. Feel the release through the inner left thigh. Pull the left shoulder back, let the heart turn. And the feet are pressing down, so you keep the outer edges of your feet glued to your mat. Take a few more breaths. Feel the abdominals building in strength, and if you want more of a challenge for the last 3, take the hands and reach out. Separate your arms again. Use the abdominals to rise. Exhale back into warrior 2. 5 more breaths. Turn the right palm up. Inhale, reach up and back, and take your last vinyasa here. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale back into downward dog. Let's take the knees down to the mat and come into child's pose for 5 resting breaths. Bring your forehead down, relax your arms and your shoulders. Start to make your way up and transition to sit, please. So make sure you have your strap or your sock or your scarf handy. Sit in the middle of your mat with your knees bent. Come into boat. Take your hands right behind your legs. Lift the feet off the floor and flex them. So we don't want to fall back onto the tailbone. Draw your weight forward a little bit so you're more on your sit bones. There are lots of options for boat. You could stay this way. You could let go of your legs. Or if you want, you can reach up and straighten your legs out, and you could even practice on the exhale, reaching the fingertips to one side. Inhale to reach up, and then exhale, fingertips to the other side. So you can stay with those twists there, flowing with the breath, or keep your knees bent, palms turned up. Let's take about 4 or 5 more here. Engage the abdominals. Think about the abs and the thighs kind of pulling towards one another. 2 more breaths. And then drop the heels. Reach to the sky as you straighten your legs and then come into one more forward fold. So at this point you might want your strap around your feet. Have a little space between them and pull. Try and keep the spine pretty long as you start to bow down. And if you can comfortably grab the outer edges of your feet, go ahead and do so. Shoulders back, melt the heart down. Take 4 more breaths. Let all the air out on this last breath, and then start to rise up again. Bend your knees, take the soles of the feet down, and then start to roll down slowly. See if you can come down 1 vertebrae at a time rather than collapsing for as long as possible. Take your knees to your heart, squeeze, and start to make some circles with the knees if this feels good. Pushing them around your room, giving the sacral area a massage. And then take them in the other direction. 3 more. And then land your feet back on the floor and see if you can touch your ankles for bridge. So your feet are hip width apart. So let's try bending the elbows today. The triceps are pushing down, your elbows are pushing down. Spread the fingers out. Roll the low back down into your mat and then start to lift your spine up. Take the hips up as high as you can, working your quadriceps and your glutes, and see if you can move your chest a little closer to your chin. Close your eyes. Take 5 more breaths, staying lifted and active. Again, finding your strength to be here at your edge, a little bit uncomfortable, but able to breathe through it. 1 more breath, rising up. And then exhale, begin to roll yourself back down slowly and take the knees back to your heart, please. Lift your head and shoulders off the mat for a moment. Get yourself into a tight ball and then roll back down. Lift your feet up towards the sky. Take your right leg in front of your left. We're going to do prone eagle. Right leg in front of the left, cross them. Bend your knees and try and wrap your right toes around the back of your ankle. If they don't reach, that's fine. You can press your foot against the outside of your ankle. Arms up. Take your right arm under your left, so it's the opposite of the legs and the arms. Backs of the arms coming back together. See if you can walk your right hand into your left palm. Now, press your low back into your mat, so you're glued to the floor. Lower your legs a little more. And once you feel like your spine's about to pop off the mat, so you're working really hard to keep it there, lift your head and shoulders and do a crunch. For 4 more breaths, squeezing inwards, abs, working hard again. Two more. And let it go. Roll down, undo your arms. As you undo the legs, take your feet to the edges of the mat and then knock the knees together. Take a big breath. Inhale. Exhale. Second side. Lift the legs. Feet up towards the sky. Left leg in front of the right. Bend the knees a lot. And then either guide the left foot back towards the outside of the right ankle or take your toes around the back and squeeze. You're already tight in your abdominals. Arms up. Left under the right. Wrap the arms together. And then lower your legs a little more as your spine stays flush with the mat. You don't want your low back lifting up. Keep it there. And then once you feel like you can't go any farther with the legs, lift your head and your shoulders and squeeze. 4 more breaths. Lift a little higher. Last 2. And roll it down. Unwind. We're going to return to bridge now. Set the feet up. Press the low back down and then peel your spine up. This time take the hands together and interlace the fingers. Make a fist. Walk the shoulders closer together. Your whole spine is off the mat now. If you practice wheel, you're more than welcome to undo the hands and the shoulders. Bring your hands behind them and rise up onto just the hands and the feet if you want a little more of a heart opener. Let's take 5 more breaths. Again, think about your chest moving a little closer to your chin in bridge. Stay lifted, stay strong, open with your breath. Last 2. Undo your hands, flatten out the shoulders, slowly begin to roll down. See how slowly you can come down to your mat. Again, 1 vertebrae at a time. Settle yourself. And take the knees to the heart. Close your eyes. And I'll give you an option here. You can either just remain on your back this way, or you can bring your arms down by your sides and come into plow, swinging the legs overhead. Place your hands on your hips here. This is a really nice neck and shoulder release if you are in plow. If you have neck issues, I don't necessarily recommend this. Make sure you feel safe. And then you can either stay in plow or come into a shoulder stand and lift your feet. If you do, just keep your gaze upwards. Don't look around. A couple more breaths. You can even play with the legs there and the shoulder stand. Last one. And then return to plow. Take the arms to the mat, palms down. Roll all the way out. As your heels come down, point your toes and lift up into fish. There's a little pressure on the crown of your head here. Shoulders are off the mat, the upper arms are off the mat, but your forearms are down and your elbows are really pressing down to help your chest rise up. The last heart opener here. If you'd like to work a little harder, lift your heels off the mat. 2 more breaths. Keep your legs active. Bring the feet back down if you lifted them. Roll down and take one knee at a time back to your chest. See if you can reach your opposite elbows. Squeeze. Breathe. And then let's come into happy baby for one hip opener. Grab a hold of the outer edges of the feet, soles of the feet, face the ceiling. Bend the knees a lot and pull so the thighs are moving alongside your rib cage. From here, you're welcome to rock side to side. Even straighten out one leg at a time. 2 more breaths. If you can, go just a little bit deeper. And then let the feet go and bring the knees back together, and you can place your feet on the mat. Go ahead and grab your strap if you have one. If you don't have one, that's totally fine. We're gonna extend the right foot straight up. So if you don't have a strap or a prop, you could just grab a hold of your ankle or your calf. Slide the left leg out onto the floor. Now, aim your right toes back as you flex your foot and pull. Breathe. Finding your hamstring one more time. Close your eyes. Engage your left leg as well. It's really strong. And then place your left hand on your hip. Open the right leg out to the side just a little bit while keeping the whole left side glued to the floor. So you don't want to be leaving your mat. Left glute stays down. It might mean your right leg doesn't go out as far. It's okay. Stay in alignment. Keep pulling on the right foot and open your leg out to the side. And you're also trying to drive your toes back. Breathe deeply. One more breath. And then lift your right leg back up. Change hands on your strap or on your foot and take your right leg over. So your right hip is going to come up high here. Reach your right arm out and turn your head to the right. Turn your gaze and twist. Another variation of this pose, if you want to play, is to reach down and grab your left foot. So if you want, you can bend your left knee and catch your left foot in your right hand. Draw the right shoulder back down towards your mat. Let's take 3 more breaths. If you're holding onto your left foot, let it go, straighten your leg out, and then unwind. And slowly lower your right leg to your mat. Notice the difference between the 2 legs. The right leg should feel a bit longer. And then bring your left knee up and in. Take your strap around your foot if you're using one, and kick straight up. Try and straighten the leg all the way. That's what the strap can be helpful with. Flex the right foot as well so that leg stays strong. And then begin to aim the toes back. And find your edge. Strong sensations. See if one leg feels any different from the other, or if you feel relatively balanced. 2 or 3 more. Right, keep your right leg strong as you start to open the left leg out to the side. And remember that we don't want our body to leave the floor. So you do have to really work the abdominals. It's like all the muscles on the right side of the body are just squeezing. Feel that line all the way down the side body to your toes. And then pull on the left leg, drawing the toes back a little more. 2 more breaths. Reach the left foot straight up again. Change hands and then take your left leg all the way over. Your hips up high. So you just want your shoulder down. If your shoulder's coming way off the mat, you're twisting a little too deeply and you can unwind and adjust. Close your eyes. Feel into the back of the left leg and maybe into your back as well. And then if you'd like to play with grabbing the other foot, bend your right knee and reach down with the left hand. A couple more breaths. And let go of the right foot if you're holding on to it. And unwind, left leg up, slowly float it back down. Notice, take a breath there. And then bring both knees back to your chest one more time. Recenter yourself. Open your arms out to the sides. Take just a couple of breaths, dropping both knees over to the right. Turn your head to the left. Final twist here. And then lift your knees up and over and to your left, please. Turn your gaze to the right. To settle yourself into Shavasana. So any last adjustments or poses are welcome at this point. Make sure you're comfortable. And this is the most important part of your practice. Don't abandon it. You need time for your body to settle and rest after all of the asanas. So make yourself comfortable, perhaps with a blanket under your knees. Turn your palms to the sky. Relax the shoulders. And close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and hold the breath in for a moment. Fill yourself up. Make fists with your hands, flex the feet, engage all the muscles in the body, and then exhale and let go. And be free of tension. Let go of control in your body, in your mind, and be at peace here. Watch the breath. Each inhale and exhale. Each breath drawing in peace, fearlessness, strength, joy. And as you exhale, let go of anything that doesn't serve you anymore, anything you'd like to just drop away and surrender. Allow yourself to rest here for as long as feels right to you, just giving back to your body one conscious breath body from the head to the toes. Looking for any lingering tension that you can let go of. And invite yourself to let go one more time. Again, you can stay here for as long as you'd like to, but if you're ready to move, start to open up your hands. Flex and point the feet. And then take one more stretch, reaching your arms all the way back. And then roll onto either your right or your left side. You can keep the eyes closed. And just be in the fetal posture for a moment. Finding the breath again. And then start to rise up to sit. Finishing it the way you began. Growing the spine long, lift the heart. Relax your shoulders. And find your strength here. Find your calm center here. Deep breaths. Quiet mind. On your next inhale, reach to the sky one more time. Take the hands together and bring them to your heart in Anjali Mudra in gratitude for this grounding practice.